Here's Navarro on the run. Navarro's going to keep it. Navarro for 6. Touchdown, Bobcat.
I feel I had a hard time staying in my own lane.
Oh my goodness!
Brett Murdoch, pick 6. Harbath inside the 30, the 20. Blake Harbath will score.
And Mendoza takes a big hit. He never saw it coming. Trey White got in there.
There's his man, Rucker. And nobody's going to catch him. Goodbye.
Intercepted. Tyree Skipper. Touchdown.
Telly again, why not? A step forward and make it 2 for Telly.
Quarterback keeper showing off the speed, steps on the gas, untouched.
The G5 Hive. All G5, all the time.
Welcome to the G5 Hive, where we bring you the G5 college football coverage you love each and every week. I am Luke, and I'm joined by my co-host, Justice. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're watching us on X, please give us a follow, a like, and a retweet. And if you're listening to us in podcast form, please rate and review. It helps with all the things that I don't understand. Algorithms. I don't get them, but they help. Saturday games, Washington State at number 21, James Madison. In the second quarter, we saw 21 of the 44 points scored in this one. Xavier Eckhouse would be intercepted by Justin Eglin, who would return it 37 yards to the house to put JMU up 10-3 early in the second. Washington State, however, would score the other 14 points of this quarter and up 17-10 at the half. Late in the third, Alonzo Barnett III would find Braylon Wolowski for a 68-yard touchdown to tie the game at 17. And following a Washington State field goal, Wayne Knight would break off a 58-yard touchdown to put the Dukes up 24-20 with 6:14 left. And that run would prove to be the game-winning touchdown as the Dukes defeat the Cougars 24-20 at home. So let's jump ahead to Week 14 preview in our Saturday game, de facto Pac-12 championship part dose. We've got Oregon State at Washington State, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Oregon State won that first matchup. Washington State needs a win to get to bowl eligibility. They won the first matchup 10-7. It was a barn burner. So it's tough to beat a same team twice in a season. But that first game was technically not a conference game, so it all comes down to this one.
You know, the what the Pac-12 should have did, and this would have been awesome. They should have went to Dos Equis, right, and been like, "Hey, will you sponsor this game? We're called the Dos Equis Pac-12 Championship. Go for Dos, right? Like it just like it's too perfect, right? I'm like, come on, Pac-12, what are you doing? Like make that happen, right? Like if I was the Pac-12 commissioner, I'd be all over that. Like, just like, I don't know. It just seems like some random publicity that you could drum up for the Pac-12 that, you know, I would think, like, I mean, obviously, don't you're not going to, like, try and gouge Dos Equis to, you know, pay a lot of money for it. But, you know, I don't know. It just seems like something cool to get folks talking about the Pac-12. And then you could roll that into, you know, what's going to happen for the Pac-12 next season with all those other teams joining, et cetera. I don't know. Just call me crazy. Seems like a big missed opportunity for the Pac-12 to not do that. This game, Washington State's what they favored by, is it 12.5? At least I thought that's what it was when I looked earlier today or yesterday. I expect
favored by 13.5.
13.
Over under set at 14.5, or over under set at 42.5. So I would take the under.
Yeah, obviously I'm take the under in that game. I mean, the first game was 10-7 at Oregon State. This game's in Pullman. I expect Washington State to win, and I don't know if they win by 14, 13 or the 13.5. I can see them winning by 10.
I mean, the big thing here is you've got some big injuries for Washington State on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, you've got two different quarterbacks starting than they had just a couple weeks ago when they faced off. So while it's a different game, or while it's the same two teams, it is a different game this go around. But I do like Washington State. I'll take the under overall.
Yeah, and like you said, Washington State needs this game to get to that 6 wins. I don't know if the Pac-12 still has any kind of bowl tie-ins, given that they only have the 2 teams. I don't know. I think as of this week, there's 10 teams short. I think there's 72 bowl eligible teams and there's 82 spots. Having said that, I think there are 20 teams that can get to bowl eligibility in week 14. Obviously, some of those teams play each other, so it's not like all 20, but it's not all 10 play each other either. I know that. I know, like in the Sun Belt, I think there's at least 2 matchups where there's both teams are 5-5. Washington State the under, I think, is the play. The interesting thing is, like, who's going to call themselves the Pac-12 champion? Like, I don't think it really matters, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Fly the banners. Fly the banners. Let's get on to UConn, our week 13 in review. UConn, FAU. This one was a fun one. All UConn after one. It was 24-3 in favor of UConn. After a 39-yard Messer rushing touchdown and a 17-yard Veldkamp rushing touchdown, the Owls are within 7, but the Huskies would score 3 to go up 10 into the half. FAU would own the third as they would score 14 points. UConn would score 7 to make it 34-31. UConn leading heading into the fourth, and then Caden Shields-Dutton would fumble at the UConn 29. UConn would turn that turnover into 7 points to go up 10. FAU would respond with a Veldkamp to Messer touchdown from 33 yards out to cut the lead to 3. And on a side note, Messer has been tearing it up the last 2-3 weeks and been very quiet up to that point. UConn would be forced to punt. FAU would capitalize as Veldkamp would rush another one in for his second of the day. This would put the Owls up 45-41 with 2:11 left, but that's too much time for Joe Fagano and the Huskies, if you ask me. UConn will march down the field for 75 yards in 1 minute and 49 seconds to take the lead on a 1 yard Cam Edwards touchdown run for a 48-45 lead with 26 seconds to go. UConn kicks it off to Jay-Sean Platt, who returns the 11 yards. Plus, UConn grabbed the face mask for an additional 15-yard penalty. It's 1st and 10 from the FAU 26. Veldkamp would complete a 27 and a 29-yard pass to set up Garrison Smith for the game-tying 36-yard field goal. And let me tell you, that wasn't even close. UConn escapes after blowing a 21-point first-quarter lead. Joe Fagano with 33 of 46 for 446 yards, 3 touchdowns. Cam Edwards had 2 rushing touchdowns and 101 on the ground. That one was a entertaining game. A reminder, UConn is bowl eligible. They have a bye this week, and they do not play.
Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. On X, give us a follow. If you're listening on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, please subscribe and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We're so grateful for the immense amount of support we have received and sincerely thank each and every one of you. Be sure to join us next week as we discuss what happened in week 14. We look forward to what is coming in Conference Championship Week. And as always, bring you up to date on all the latest news and happenings in the world of G5 college football. Until the next time, we are the G5 Hive.
Yeah!